jet lagged right now, but very excited to be here.
All right. Okay. So if you have any questions, please feel free to approach the microphone right here. No one wants to ask anything.
Come on up. We got notes. We'll take
I
notes
have
on
a
what you're
question,
saying. They gave us a pen and a notepad.
Oh, American Idol.
Yeah.
Who won? We don't know who won.
Who won?
Phillips won.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Jamie Ortega from Inside Showbiz Magazine. Nice to meet you guys. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Alright, my first question is, you guys were once thought of to be a Christian band. How does religion influence your life? How does religion play a factor in your career? Is there a big influence? And aside from that, my second question would be, I'm a big American Idol fan as well. So what do you guys think of Colton's version of Everything by Lifehouse?
I mean, I thought he did a really commendable job, don't you?
Yes.
He did a good job. The Christian thing, our goal is just to make a good album. You know, we never wanted to be put in a box. So we think that it's awesome that our music is universal and ambiguous to where people could sing it about their girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, God. We just think that it's great for people to interpret our music however they want to.
Hi guys.
Hey, how are you? Nice shirt.
Good. Thank you. Question for Jason. We did an email interview some time ago.
Oh, right.
And you mentioned that you listened to some jazz.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, what do you like about jazz? And as far as rock is concerned, what do you think keeps the music fresh? Is it have to do with collaborations like what you did with the hip hop artists?
I feel like artists like Artie Shaw and Benny Goodman, a lot of the music that doesn't have lyrics, I feel like so much of the time I'm listening to music with lyrics and you're kind of analyzing what the songwriter is saying. The cool thing about old jazz music is I feel like it kind of transcends your mind and goes straight to your emotions and makes you feel certain things because you're not really paying attention to the lyrics. So that's why I love it.
And as far as rock is concerned, what keeps it fresh in your opinion?
I don't know, what do you think about that?
The music industry is constantly changing. There's like a bunch of new bands out there that are collaborating with our R&B artists, hip-hop artists, country artists. Everything's kind of meshing together and people are liking that. As far as rock's concerned, I mean, there'll always be a demand for rock music, guitars, drums, organic music like we do. We play a lot of our songs without tracks, just straight up live rock and roll band. We'll keep doing that, but we really like listening to a lot of hip hop, R&B, and there are now a lot of new bands coming out that are kind of like meshing together, like Foster the People, and just new American bands coming out there like AWOL Nation. They're just there's a mesh out there, and there's always going to be a demand for it.
I also think too, everyone is kind of talking about the demise of the record industry and record sales aren't what they used to be. But I don't really feel like that reflects on how much talent is out there. And people don't really talk about the positives of newer bands that aren't going to get signed by a major label. They can use, their iPads to make music, and they can go onto YouTube and they can develop a fan base by themselves, and they don't need to rely on anybody else pushing them. So I think that there's a huge positive to what's going on right now, as well as, obviously record sales aren't what they used to, but there's still a ton of talent, and there's always a positive, angle to look at.
Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Diane from Candy Magazine. So, I'd like to ask, speaking of collaborations, are there any upcoming collaborations with other bands or artists that we can look forward to? Like maybe Autumn.
I'm not sure. He was over at my house the other day, actually. We were writing for his album, so I'm not really sure if he's going to be featured on a Lifehouse track, but we had a really positive experience on the last album working with Chris Daughtry and working with Kevin Rudolph. This new album that we're working on right now, I feel like a lot of the songs are coming out of jam sessions with the band. A lot of them are coming out of demos that I kind of dug up from 2 or 3 years ago. So I feel like this album is taking on a whole different bass and sound. So I'm not really sure if there's going to be any collaborations, but it's still like halfway through. So it's still early to tell.
Okay, I have one more question. A lot of your songs have been featured in TV shows, movies. Is there a particular movie or TV show soundtrack that you'd like one of your songs to be part of?
I really like your glasses.
Thank you.
That's his first answer. The second answer is
We like any show that would like to license our music. That's good, yes.
Any show, a favorite show maybe?
man, I sure love Gossip Girl. Just kidding, I've never seen it before, but if they wanted it, that'd be cool.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? How many times have you guys been to the Philippines?
This is our second time.
When was the first?
4 years ago?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And what did you guys get to do the last time you were out here?
We paid our guitar tech $400, $300 to eat 3 balut.
Did you try balot?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
None of you guys tried balot?
Why?
He ate enough of it for all of us.
He actually ate it all.
He could walk for a week.
Alright. How long will you guys be here in the Philippines this time around?
I think we leave on Sunday.
Okay. Can you guys at least try one balot each?
Ooh.
I'm thinking that would ruin eggs for me forever. I was thinking about it, but
If you pay us $400 each.
I will think about that. Alright. Next question, please.
Hello guys, I'm DJ from Manila Times. I was actually at your last press conference and your last concert, and it's good to see you guys back here.
Good to see you.
My question is, a lot of your songs are really, for lack of a better word, sad. I was just wondering if that's a reflection of your personality. Are you sad people?
I mean, I don't.
That's a good question.
I feel great right now. Man, that's a tough question. No, I don't feel sad. I'm pretty happy right now. I guess I'm gonna stick with that one.
Hi guys. So this is a bit off topic,
You don't look very sad either.
but we just want your opinion. Lady Gaga just had a concert here, and a lot of it had a lot of controversies. As an artist, what do you think about censorship? And although I know that your music is very wholesome, so I mean, I don't think you will be censored anytime soon. But what do you think about censorship as an artist?
just depends on the artist, I guess. I mean, as far as Lady Gaga goes, she reaches out to a broad mass audience. People like her, and obviously on the radio, she can't have swear words or anything like that. At least where we're from, and it just depends on the artist. For us, I don't think we're going to put out content that's going to be too offensive to many people. But it is what it is. Whoever it works for.
Plus, Bryce's sex tape hasn't hit the market yet, so we'll see how wholesome that is.
Not yet. It's not done.
Still editing.
Hi, I'm Caitlin from CandyMag.com. So, what made you decide to come back to Manila, and what song would you dedicate to your Filipino fans?
We talk about this all the time, and I'm not just saying this because you guys are in the room. That show, to us, since the inception of Lifehouse, was probably the most special show we've ever played. You guys understand? I really understand that because you guys are here. Literally, for a lot of different reasons. That was the biggest show that we've ever headlined together. To see that many people come out and sing our music back to us 4 or 5 times, I kept looking back at Rick, and we were just in awe. We couldn't believe the response that we were getting. So the fact that it took us 4 years to get here, kind of made us sad. We wanted to get here a lot sooner, but we were on our agents and management to get back as soon as possible. So that show was kind of like the pinnacle of our career, and we've been doing this for 12 years. So we're really, really excited for Saturday.
What song would you dedicate to your Filipino fans?
It sounds like, from all the interviews I've done back home, that either a song called Everything or Broken are 2 songs that resonate.
Thank
Hey guys, Carlos from Pinoy.
Hey, man.
I have a quick three-part question. But when you guys write songs, is it a collaborative effort? Do you guys sit in a room together, hash it out, share lyrics, or are there set responsibilities when you guys do songwriting?
It's kind of evolving, to be honest. When we started, a lot of the music just started with me on a guitar, and I would finish the whole song and I'd take it to the guys, and then we would all kind of work it out in the studio. On this new project, we're starting a lot, like I said, a lot of the songs are coming out of these kind of late night jam sessions where we're just kind of creating the song on the spot, and then I'll go back and kind of iron out a melody and a lyric. So, like I said, it's always evolving, and it seems like there's a lot more collaboration with us just kind of being present when there's a moment happening, which has been really neat.
So does that mean like the music comes first now, before the lyrics, or does the melody come first?
It's different every time. I mean, there's this one track that we've been working on where this has never happened to me before. Someone's phone's ringing. Where I woke up with a melody in my head. It actually came from a dream, and I went downstairs and I grabbed the acoustic guitar and ironed out the melody and figured out what chords it was, and I actually had a lyric from the dream too. So you just never know. Like a lot of ideas for me come at like 3 or 4 in the morning, you know. So I was trying to be present enough to kind of capture them while they're there.
Oh, and last question, how big of a role does experience play in songwriting for you guys? Do you guys need to go through something, or is it just easy for you guys to write a song? Or does there have to be sort of catalyst for something to start to happen?
That's a good question. You know, well, for me personally, I've always used, to go back to the sad question, I've always used my own personal experiences, good and bad, kind of as a canvas to write on. You know, so whenever I'm in a positive place where I'm not sad, it's difficult to write songs because you're not feeling, you know what I mean. No one wants to hear sunny songs all the time. You know, so you kind of have to take yourself out of your skin and look for different vantage points to write from. And it becomes challenging, you know, because when you have written a certain amount of songs and you're used to putting words and melodies a certain way, you kind of have to kind of jolt yourself to almost trick yourself to come up with different ideas that you haven't, you know, explored before.
But when you say trick, you don't mean forcing.
No, you can never force it. I don't think. I mean, there's an element of magic to coming up with a good song, in my opinion, personally, because I've experienced sitting down and trying to, you know, write the biggest song in the world, and it's total, you know, it's not good at all. And then I've experienced, you know, getting really inspired and finishing a song like "Hanging by a Moment" in 10 minutes, you know. So there's a certain amount of mystery and magic to it that I don't think anyone can ever figure out. You just have to be present enough in the moment. It's a lot like fishing, you know. Like you go fishing every day, but you're not going to catch a fish, catch a food, or a tire.
Thanks, man.
Mitch from Talk Magazine. Identity.
Hey.
What two are the 3 most important songs you've written as Lifehouse?
I think Broken is definitely one of the most important. Lyrically, it's our best video, I think. Everything means a lot to our fans. It has been since the beginning, and it's not even a single. And I don't know, third
Hanging by a Moment.
Probably be a toss-up between Hanging by a Moment, you and me.
What are your favorites? I'm curious. I'm always curious to.
I do like 6 Cycle. So,
Cool.
how about if there's a song or a single you regret?
I regret the ones that weren't hits.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, while you guys are thinking of your questions, I have one. All right. Everything is honestly one of my favorite songs of all time. So is Somewhere in Between. Who wrote those songs, and who was it about, and what was the story behind those songs?
I did. I wrote both of those songs, but like I said, "Hanging by a Moment," there was no premeditation. I was doing a vocal, background vocal for another song, and this melody just got stuck in my head, and I had to go figure out what it was. And before I knew it, the whole song was finished in 10 minutes. We recorded it the next day, and this was at the end of the recording process. It's never happened to me since, but it was just one of those kind of magic moments. But Somewhere in Between, I wrote it about a girl who I was kind of obsessed with in high school, and we were just friends. I was stuck in the friend zone, and she broke up with her boyfriend.
Did she know that the song was about her?
Oh, she did after I played it for her. It all worked out just fine.
And what about Everything?
Everything was kind of another song like Hang It By Moment. I just kind of wrote it. I wanted the lyrics to kind of, like, you know, like you said, you could take it as a spiritual song, you could take it as a love song, but I was going for, at the time, I was listening to a lot of U2 at the time, and I wanted to kind of come up with something that started slow but grew into kind of